What is going on today, guys? Sticks10 here, and today we're going to talk about the top 5 water Pokemon in Pokemon Go for the Great League specifically. With the Water Festival about to come up or already happened, what do you need to be on the hunt for? What is going to be the best mons for water Pokemon at least? So let's jump right in. We're going to go number 5 is going to be our Community Day starters. We've got Blastoise and Free Alligator. Now you might be saying, but we can't get the exclusive move Hydro Cannon. Now obviously, if Niantic decides to do a makeup day in December weekend like they did last year, we can definitely be on the hunt for these IVs. So what you want on Blastoise is 1-15-15 is going to give you a rank 1. And then for moves, Water Gun, Hydro Cannon, Ice Beam seems to be kind of the norm. Free Alligator, a little bit lower ranked. Honestly, it's more of an honorable mention here. Waterfall or Bite on it, and then you could go Hydro Cannon, Ice Beam, or Crunch. Kind of a mix there. I still think Hydro Cannon, Ice Beam is going to be your best bet. And its stats are actually, IVs are going to be 0, 11, 13 for a rank 1. So that's number 5. Let's see what number 4 is. And it is going to be Lapras. Arguably one of the better ice Pokemon. Obviously, the problem it has is that it has a water typing. Obviously, that's the reason it's on the list. So it does make it weak to grass, and it actually makes it neutral to grass. And then it is going to be weak to electric Pokemon. Now, 0, 10, 14 is going to be perfect, so you can't receive that from a raid, but you could trade that to get IVs low enough. Now, Water Gun or Ice Shard are probably going to be the two that you want to look for. Ice Shard is a legacy move. Gives you a little bit higher energy there. That's with the 3.33 EPT, and then we've got 3 DPT. EPT is going to be energy per turn, and then DPT is damage per turn. So just keep that in mind whenever you're looking at moves. And these are pulled from pvpoke.com. You can see in the bottom there, he has all the moves listed and has it all broken down very nicely for you there. So Water Gun, Surf, Ice Beam is probably going to be a pretty standard set. Obviously, Ice Beam also legacy. If you were lucky enough to do the raid day a couple months back, we did receive, you could get the double legacy move set, Ice Shard and Ice Beam. Add that with Surf, and I think you've got a pretty solid mon there. There are some niche ones you could do. Skull Bash or Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse, obviously, legacy. It has some uses. In general, Great League, probably your best bet is going to be Water Gun, Surf, Ice Beam. Or if you want, if you're trying to counter something like Altaria, you may want Ice Shard instead. Number 3 is going to be Lanturn. You can see 0, 13, 14. Looking for those Chinchows out there. And ideally, your moveset is either going to be Water Gun or Charge Beam. And then you're going to want Thunderbolt, Hydro Pump. The reason for Thunderbolt is you get to it a lot quicker than, say, Thunder. It has a very high DPE, which is going to be damage per energy. And then your Hydro Pump is there for a high damage move, but it takes a long time to charge to it, especially with Water Gun. You're getting 3 energy per turn, 3 damage per turn, or you can switch to Charge Beam. There are some situations where you may want to use Charge Beam, but for the most part, Water Gun seems to be the more preferred move on it. Obviously, you're going to get a little bit higher energy with Charge Beam, so you can get to those charge moves a little faster. But I will say I like Lanturn. It's very bulky, and that's one of the reasons it's number 3 on our list. Now, number 2 is actually going to be multiple mons. So number 2 is our Mud Boys. Now, we've got Gastrodon, which is a new one to the list, Quagsire, Wishcash, and then Swampert. Swampert just had a community day. Obviously, that puts it in a higher tier, I think. Gastrodon, the one thing that holds it back is its moveset right now. It has hidden power, which honestly, not going to get the energy charged up as fast as, say, Mudshot, which you can see Quagsire, Wishcash, and Swampert all have Mudshot. It's going to give them an advantage. Hidden power, you could get in certain metas, you could get some cool moves on it. Hidden power grass or hidden power, something else that would give you an advantage in certain metas. Something to look at there. Definitely don't want to get rid of a hidden power mon. 1, 15, 14 is going to be the IVs that we're going to look for on that. It does have body slam, very fast charging, only takes 35 energy. And then we have earth power, another fast semi-fast charging charge move there that is ground type. Quagsire is an interesting one. It has a very viable moveset with Mudshot being the main one you're going to use. And then we have Stone Edge, Earthquake, Sludge Bomb, or Acid Spray. Now on that, I think Stone Edge has seen some play in certain metas because it can be anti-flyer then at that point. Earthquake, it charges it super fast with that Mudshot. And then you have Sludge Bomb, which can hit quite a few things. It can counter some of the grass users that come up against it. Acid Spray has seen a lot of use as well because you can get an Acid Spray off and switch out, and then it's going to lower their defense 2 stages. So that is a very viable move on Quagsire for certain situations. It really depends on where you want to put it. If you want it to be the closer, you may run Stone Edge Earthquake. If you want it to be, you want to open with it, you might do Stone Edge, Acid Spray, Earthquake, Acid Spray, something like that, so you can get off those quicker charge moves to drop your enemy a little faster. Wish Cash, Daddy Cash as some of us call him, is still a viable mon. We've got Mudshot, going to charge up those moves very quickly. Mud Bomb is super quick to charge up. And then we have Blizzard that's going to cover your flyers like Altaria, can do a lot of damage there. Mud Bomb, you're just going to get to it very quickly, and you can rack up a couple of those fairly quickly. If they're weak to that, going to be very good against your electric types and that sort. You can see I do like Wish Cash, raining on my Boulder team, but Swampert. Let's go to Swampert here. Swampert has kind of taken over top tier role for your Mud Boys. I think Wish Cash is second in this role, but still viable. So Swampert 0, 14, 14 is what we were looking for on Community Day. I did not get one, but you can see we've got Mudshot, Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon is crazy just because of the DPE. It is so efficient with energy. 2.25 DPE. That is crazy high. And you can run Earthquake with it. Now, Muddy Water. Is that a viable move? Muddy Water has the chance of lowering your opponent's defense 1 stage. The chance. It's not guaranteed. Muddy Water does hit very quickly. 35 energy. It only does 35 damage though. So is it really worth it? I don't think there's a spot for it for the most part. I think Earthquake is going to be a little better because it gives you more coverage. Surf might be better than Muddy Water, except with Muddy Water you do at least have a chance of lowering their defense. But honestly, I would rather delete them from the field than just have the chance of lowering their stage 1. Now, Sludge Wave's an interesting one. You could run that much like you could run Sludge Bomb. It's going to take a lot longer to charge up, so it might be an option just depending on the meta and what you're going to come up against. Sludge Wave might be an option there on Swampert. But for the most part, you're going to run Hydro Cannon. Earthquake is going to be the moveset across the board. Now, this should come as no surprise. Number 1 is going to be the egg with the rabbit ears, Azumarill. 8, 15, 15 is going to be number 1 rank. It's going to be a level 40 mon, and it's going to have all the stats that Azumarill can have. But from an egg, you can actually hatch a number 9 rank. It's going to be 10, 15, 14. The reason I mention that is because Azumarill is going to give you a discount on the Stardust to unlock that second move. It's only going to be 10k dust, 25 candies. So you could save a little bit instead of doing the 50 for Marill or Azumarill. So I prefer to run Bubble as the fast move. You could do Rock Smash. I haven't seen a lot of use cases for it. There might be a few where it's better. But for the most part, Bubble charges up very quickly. You don't get as much damage, but it's still a decent move. Ice Beam, Play Rough, Hydro Pump, you're going to want to use some combination of those just depending on the meta and depending on what your other team of 6 looks like. Ice Beam, you can see, charges up. It is the fastest charging move that Azumarill has at 1.63 DPE. And then you've got Play Rough, your fairy type, going to get Stab there, 1.5. And then Hydro Pump, the longest charging charge move it has, but it is also the hardest hitting and benefits from Stab. So I know some people have run Play Rough, Hydro Pump. Some people are running Ice Beam, Play Rough. It just depends on the meta. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I do want a couple honorable mentions go to Tentacruel, not on the list, and Quillfish. Both of those viable mons as well have access to Acid Spray and then water type moves. So those could fill in a position on your team if you don't have something else already. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know if I left anything off the list. Obviously, there's a ton of water Pokemon. I just tried to give you the top 5 for just the Great League. Obviously, some like legendary mons aren't available, stuff like that. So that is why these are the top 5 for just Great League, 1500 CP cap. That's it. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell, do all that business. I do appreciate y'all, and as always, keep on battling.